Yes, listeners of Badegi Radio 90.1 FM, whenever you hear this song sing tune, you know that it is time for Politics 101. And today I'm going to be standing in for your regular presenter, talking about Sani Abdullah, aka Ipili, who is unavoidably, I believe, as absent. He might be joining us as soon as he done with the other engagement he have from other sides. I am Usman Apaya. Welcome you to this program, Politics 101. Yes, on the program today, the focus is on democracy, accountability, rule of law, and future of governance in Nigeria. Yes, this is the platform that gives you opportunity to know more about have a voter education, and of course to make an informed decision just in case you want to go out there and vote for a candidate who will represent you in any of the elected position in the country. You too can join the program via our telephone line 09138 579001. We are on Facebook at Badegi Radio 90.1 FM. Post your comment and it shall be read here. And on YouTube at Badegi Radio 90.1 TV, you go subscribe to the channel by commenting or liking so you will have more of our program here. Yes, like I said, the conversation is simply on whether a politician is facing a corrupt charges, or whose property have been seized or forfeited in connection with alleged proceedings of crime, will still contest an election in Nigeria. And if the answer is yes, then we must be forced to ask another question. Is there something wrong with our laws, or is the problem with the way those laws are being interpreted and enforced? Because Nigeria has seen politicians facing serious allegations, corruption investigation, and of course even criminal trial, continue to participate in politics. Yes, a lot of Nigeria who are having corrupt cases, criminal trials hanging on their neck, still participate in the country's election. This individual go as far as even winning, not only contesting, but they go as far as winning election despite criminal charges or corrupt cases hanging on their neck. And funny part of it, most of them hold very, very powerful positions. And this brings us to the big issue: should being accused of corruption prevent a person from contesting election? Or should we follow the principle that every person is innocent until proven guilty by a competent court? That is the debate we are having this bright and promising Wednesday morning on Politics 101. So let's begin to look at the issue segment by segment, right after which we give you opportunity to debate or to agenda the conversation and tell us what you feel about these issues that are bordering on rule of law, accountability, and many other things that a leader requires before clinching a position in Nigerian political system. Segment 1, the big question. Let's start with the law. Under Nigerian's constitutional system, there is an important difference between being accused of a crime, being charged in a court of law, and being convicted of a crime. 3 issues you may see. These 3 are not the same. From the phrases, they are not the same. A person may be investigated and the person may be charged, but until the court reaches the final judgment, the person is generally presumed innocent. That's what the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria says. This is one of the basic principles of justice. And that principle is important because imagine a situation where a politician is accused of corruption today. Tomorrow, an election is approaching. Should that person automatically be banned from contesting? What if the accused person is politically motivated? That is, accusation is a politically motivated accusation. And what if the case eventually collapses? What if the person eventually acquitted by the court of law? This is where the argument becomes so complicated. Because if we say that simply being accused is enough to disqualify a politician, then a political party or government could potentially use law enforcement agency to bring charges against opponents and prevent them from contesting election. But on the other hand, Nigeria will want to ask, what if the allegations are serious? What if billions of naira are being involved? What if the person is already facing trial? What if investigators have traced properties and money allegedly connected to the person? So should a person still be allowed to contest or seek for public office? This is a big dilemma you may see. Now let's move to segment 2, which has to do citing an instance with the Yahaya Bello's case. This is a real life example. He called that Governor Yahaya Bello, former Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State, has been facing a major legal battle with Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). The case involved allegation of financial crime and money laundering. The EFCC prosecuted him over alleged financial offenses running into billions of naira. But here is where the debate becomes interesting. Yahaya Bello was a sitting governor when some of the allegations emerged. He enjoyed constitutional immunity while serving as a governor. And after leaving office, the legal proceedings continue. There have been a legal battle over properties allegedly connected to him. In 2025, the Court of Appeal restored an interim forfeiture order concerning 14 properties linked to Yahaya Bello. But in this very important interim forfeiture order is not the same thing as the final criminal conviction. This very distinction must be made very much clear. The courts may temporarily restrain or seize an asset while the case is being investigated or determined. That does not automatically mean the person has been criminally convicted. Yahaya Bello has also denied wrongdoing and has challenged aspect of EFCC's case. So legally speaking, we have to be careful, and we must simply say Yahaya Bello is a convicted criminal. Can we say that when the case is still in court? That will be inaccurate if there is no final conviction. What we can simply say is Yahaya Bello has faced criminal prosecution and legal proceeding over allegations of financial crimes. That is the correct language. Not concluding by saying Yahaya Bello is a criminal. We are not the one saying it, it's the law that is saying it. Remember, I told you there is an accused. There is somebody who has been convicted, and there is another one who is acquitted. All have their own legal stance. Now, the political question is different. Suppose a politician facing such a case decide to contest an election. What happened? Should the law allow it? Under the current constitutional framework, the mere existence of a pending case does not automatically mean the person is disqualified. And if this is exactly where Nigerians are divided rather, some people say, let the court decide. If the person is convicted, then apply the law. Others says, when some people facing a major corruption trial be asking Nigerians for their votes. And this brings us to another question, a very big one for that matter. Is the ballot box a place where voters should be allowed to make their own judgments? Or should the law intervene before the election? That's a very big question that's waiting for answered from you, and we shall give you opportunity to come in and give response to all these questions we are raising. This is Politics 101. Now moving to this next segment, segment 3 we have here. This has to do with the case of Malemi. Now let's move to this is another very major one. The case of former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malemi. This is a particular interesting because it's a particular one. It's very interesting because Malemi former position as the Attorney General and Minister of Justice was Nigerian Chief Law Officer. He was the person who, by virtue of his office, was closely associated with the administration of justice and the prosecution of major cases. Now, according to the recent reports, legal situation involved him as becoming very serious. Recall that in July 2026, the Federal High Court in Abuja ordered final forfeiture of 48 properties linked to Malemi. The property was said to include a luxurious duplex, a university campus, an agro-allied factory, and other assets. The court accepted the EFCC's case for forfeiture after finding that properties were reasonably suspected to have been acquired through unlawful activities. The value of the assets have been reported at $154.6 million, or approximately 212.8 billion naira, according to the report. But again, we must take an important distinction. Assets for future proceedings and criminal conviction are not necessarily the same. Is Malemi facing criminal proceedings and he has pleaded not guilty to the charges? Therefore, when accusing this matter, when discussing this matter, we must say properties linked to Malemi have been ordered to be finally forfeited by the court. We should not automatically say Malemi has been convicted of corruption. But this case raises a powerful political question. Imagine a former senior government official. Imagine that the court have ordered the forfeiture of dozens of properties linked to that individual. Imagine that the person is also facing criminal proceedings. Now imagine that the same person wants to run for active political position and contest for governorship candidate of his state. Should the law permit that? Should voters decide? Or should the electoral law say until your legal issue are resolved, you cannot contest? This is a big question, and it opens another door for debates. Based on the constitutional provision of the country, this is a debatable issue. So, going by the provision of the court, yes, Malemi could still stand for an election, and the voters will vote. If they decided, they can vote for him if they so wish. And this is where we need to look beyond individuals. This is not just about Malemi. It is not just about Yahya Bello. It is about Nigerian political system. Segment 4. Principle of innocent until proven guilty. One of the most important principles of justice is a person is presumed innocent until proven guilty. This principle protects everybody, not Malemi alone, not Yahya Bello, not all other people having criminal issues that is still running in the courts and wish to contest for an election. It protects the ordinary citizens. It protects the politicians. It protects the journalists. It protects the businessmen. It protects everybody. If the law says that an accused is enough to disqualify someone from public office, then the system becomes vulnerable to abuse. Imagine a political opponent who is very popular. Imagine that an election is approaching. Imagine that a corrupt charge is suddenly filed against that person. Should that automatically end their political career? What if the case is eventually dismissed? What if the person is disappointed? This is where the law generally requires something stronger than an accusation. A conviction, a legal establishment disqualification, or a specific constitutional provision. But here is the problem. Nigerian corrupt cases can take years. Sometimes by the time a case is concluded, the politicians have already contested several elections. Yes, the case of a present governor of River State, Fubara, is one example that can fit in here. He was being on the radar of the EFCC at the time he was contesting. Today he's a governor. Today he have a cover. Today immunity have prevented security from arresting him until after his tenure of office. Yes, any person involved, that person may have to move a governor to senator, from senator to minister, from minister to another political office, and the case is still in court. This creates a serious question about justice. Is justice delay becoming justice denied? If corruption cases take 10 years to conclude, what happened to public interest? Segment 5 talks about political examples or other political examples. Nigeria has seen many cases involving prominent political figures and public officials. We have seen former governors investigated. We have seen former ministers prosecuted. We have seen former head of government agencies facing corrupt trials. We have seen politicians accused of financial crimes who continue to participate in politics. We have also seen cases where people are charged but later acquitted. We have seen assets temporarily forfeited and later returned. And we have seen cases where courts order final forfeiture of cases. So Nigerians experience teachings out there. Okay, the Nigerian experience teaches us more things. Not every corruption allegation ends in conviction. But at the same time, not every corrupt allegations should simply be dismissed as political persecution. Each case must be examined on with its own facts. Why is this institution matter? The EFCC must investigate properly. The IPC must investigate properly. The police must equally investigate properly. The court must determine the case fairly. And the politician must have right to defend themselves. But Nigerians have the right to demand accountability. Accountability and transparency is what Nigerians are yearning for in this democratic dispensation. Any government that does not give room for transparency and accountability, that will be a deliberate attempt to truncate democracy. Let's get to the final, last but not the least segment. Should a person facing corrupt trial contest? Now let's put the question in its right perspective to the listeners out there listening to us. Should a person facing corrupt trial be allowed to contest an election? Yes. Let's consider the arguments. The first argument is that if a person is presumed innocent, if that case is still before the court, the person has not been convicted. Therefore, preventing that person from contesting will be unfair. It could also create a dangerous situation where political opponents use the justice system to eliminate one another. Today, it could be one politician. Tomorrow, it could be another. This argument says, let the court decide guilty, who is guilty. Let the voter decide who they want to vote. Now on this note, we are going to open the phone line to our listeners to join the conversation. And the conversation is clear and simple. If can a person who is facing trial in the court of law be allowed to contest whether the voters will vote for that person? It all depends on what you have. 0913-857-9001 is the number to call, and let's share your opinion on this issue we have this bright and promising Wednesday morning on Politics 101. Recall that this program is naturally being presented by Sani Abdullah, and I am just sitting in for him. Yes, I'm only just holding in breath for him. Okay, 091385790. We have our very first caller. Hello. Good morning. We thank God.
We are talking to Kofi on the line.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
I say that this topic of discussion, understand, it was a straightforward question.
Yes.
Understand that someone that is having court cases will be popular, the masses will be able to vote for him. It has been happening now. It's not a new Nigeria. Just as if most of our leaders understand. Because we just perceive politics as the main thing that leads them to accumulate money. When I accumulate money, even though it's not from the righteous way, understand, I can use that money, understand, to claim my position. Because many of the positions, if they believe in you, understand, you know that it's not being given by merit. It's just being given by who know you. That's God for that reason. Because it's not that bad. Someone that has court cases and the cases is still on and is contesting, and will be waiting to vote that person in. Why are we voting? Why are we heading? All those money, the allegation has been made that there is proof for it. Why can't they account for the money before even contesting for any political position? So the narration, understand, it's not clear. I don't even know where we are heading in Nigeria. Like seriously. Thanks for your patience.
Thank you very much for that contribution. 091385790. 01 is the number to call. And this program, Politics 101, we are looking at the conversation is can a politician facing corrupt cases still contest election in Nigeria? That is the conversation. Hello. Wa alaikum salam.
In fact, we cannot justify Madam's immorality. But I believe so many people in government today, they have some same pending case and they allow them to run, especially Mr. Tinubu. So there are so many cases in the United States unanswered. So I think Nigeria should look onward, see how it will eradicate this more. So it can maintain our integrity within ourselves and even the outside the world.
Thank you very much. Yes, he is saying that our laws should be amended so that those politicians who are having cases in court should have to clear the case before they can be allowed to contest. That is his own opinion. Hello.
Mohammed Abba, good afternoon.
Good morning.
Good morning this morning. This is the master.
Yes, you are welcome to the program.
This topic that is very important this afternoon is a wonderful program. And I see those people that they have tried in the court and they are content. And they didn't nobody help them. If you take a look at it, and there are many of them that they are on responsible and still they have access to contest. Because then I don't have power, I don't get everything. Even though they have the court today, they are together tomorrow or somewhere. How do you think they stop each other? This judiciary, they are still with that. So all these things, if you take a look at it, just calculate yourself and you see them, they are all the same. Nobody is there clearly. Nobody among of them. So they cannot be stopping each other to stop each other unless they try each other in the court and allow each other to go. All this round, even though they collect something from them, we can never hear something they use feasible for Nigerians to achieve the action. You see, they send EATC to someone to collect his money, to hijack some properties, but you can never hear they collect that to do something for Nigerians that they can show. So among they collect by EFCC, they use and build so project in national or state or local government. So all of them, they have that kind of intimidation. So they don't have problems with each other. They're happy to go. See Malemisi, Yayabelo, and they are on the process to contest this time. Who will stop them? Those one that they are on the board today. If you take a look at go to do their part, they have that kind of problem. So there's no way to stop each other. So it's only God that can find way for us to have good and go and live life. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Well, I think we are out to educate ourselves so that we can be very much aware or be informed about some of the things that we need to know. According to the Constitution of the Federal Republic, the constitutional system says there are three very important components you must understand. There is difference between a person being accused of a crime, person being charged to court, and a person being convicted of a crime. So you must understand these three. And the court is saying that if person is being accused of a crime, that does not stop him from contesting election. Somebody being charged to court, that does not stop him, because who knows, after probably the case is ongoing, an election has been conducted and you prevented him from conducting. At the end of the day, the court discharged and acquitted that person. How do you now deal with that situation? Haven't that person be disenfranchised, been robbed of his constitutional right to vote or to contest or to vote and be voted for? So in an attempt not to violate the constitutional provision, that is where we are having this type of confusions. It's very, very unfortunate, and that is why we are throwing back at you this, because we have a lot of people in the country, a lot of politicians in the National Assembly, many other positions, governors who are having corrupt cases hanging on their neck. They are being charged to court or AFCC investigating them, but because they are not being convicted, the constitutional provision gave them the power to contest. Nobody is guilty until proven. So that is the constitutional provision. So what did you make of this? How do you look at this very serious conversation we're having here? Can a politician facing corrupt cases contest election in Nigeria if the constitutional provision does not stop him from contesting? Well, can Nigeria now on their own, or can the people on their own look at his background and do the right thing? What did you make of this? 0913857990. 01 is the number that you call to give us your own opinion, be it what you feel about this. And on our Facebook, you can post your comments at Badegi Radio 90.1 MZ FM, and it shall be read here. Recall that we are also on YouTube. You can follow us at our YouTube channel at Badegi Radio 90.1 TV. You subscribe to the channel and of course have more and more of our program. Again, you can go to your Play Store, download Badegi Radio's apps, and you can, anywhere you are on earth, with a very, very minimal and little data, you can get to your Badegi Radio anywhere you are on the face of the earth. Hello.
Good morning, Usman Apoya.
Good morning, Mr. Billy. Mr. Bute, sorry.
Yes, this is Mr. Bute from General Emma Ushishi Estate.
You're welcome to the program.
Apa, you always bring problems. Some looks like drama, some are very funny, like entertainment in nature.
Have you?
Yes. The way we are in Nigeria, let's take Nigeria factor. Let's factor in Nigeria as a case study in this discussion. If you said anybody accused of corruption, then he should not be allowed to contest or should not be voted for. Osman Apaya, almost every politician, you will not vote any politician, because the moment he will attempted or he indicate his intention to contest, people will bring sometimes this fake accusation on him. So that is why the way the constitution is, we should allow it to remain that way. Except somebody is convicted. If you are an ex-convict, then you should not be allowed to contest. And if at all you are accused and the case has been adjudicated and probably you are found wanting by the court of competent jurisdiction, then that respect, you are already convicted. So in that context, the constitution already indicated that we should not allow such a person to contest election. Even if he contests and win, if we discover they should collect it from him because he's an ex-convict. That's my submission. But not accused of corruption, because today I can accuse Osman falsely of probably embezzling funds. And I know very well it's why, but I only want to frustrate his efforts. So that kind of, if we allow that thing to continue in Nigeria, no politician will contest. Thank you, I submit my case.
Yes, thank you very much. I think I understand Mr. Bute very well that if you have a politician who is very popular, who is grounded with his people, and probably the incumbent feel is a threat to them, if this window is open without proper constitutional provision, it means that I can come up with an accusation in order to frustrate a popular candidate who is on the opposition party, just to stop him from contesting election, and that will amount for political robbery, if I may say. Yes, 0913-857-9001 is the number to call. We are looking at this very interesting conversation where where can a politician facing corrupt cases still contest election in Nigeria? What do you think about this?
Good morning, Mr. Abba.
Good morning, sir.
How are you, sir? This is Abubakar from Mina.
Abubakar from Mina.
Of course, a politician who is facing a trial and has not been convicted, he can still contest. Take example of Talbot Mina. He has been facing trial when he contest for senator and he failed. So, the justice system is not being structured. So that's why all this trouble is arising. Thank you, sir.
Amen. Now, that speaks from the answer. Sometimes there is issue of morality. Yesterday, somebody to be nobody. All of a sudden, you have the opportunity to be at the aim of affair. And from the very first day he took out of office to the final day he's going to leave, his his package has been calculated, from his salary to his withdrawal allowance to all the allowances that could be given to him. You can't calculate it because there is a budget for it. But after leaving office, he begin to live more than his earning. For instance, if a person is an ordinary millionaire, he can boast of 1, 2, 3 million before going to power. By time he served the people, after some times he become a multi-billionaire, and tomorrow he comes back to say you want to contest. Then what do you use in judging that one? Is it constitution? Is it morality? Sometimes we have to ask ourselves, even if the constitution don't ask us, we know that God is going to ask us. Future is going to ask us. Generation yet unborn is going to ask us. So what do you think about this? 0913-857-9001. Hello.
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 Hello, good morning. We can hear your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Abdulaziz Hassan, calling from Tunga here.
Okay, Abdulaziz Hassan, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
On my own opinion, there should be thorough investigation before any candidate should step forward and think of whether he's going to contest for any elections or whatsoever.
And who do you think should be in charge of that thorough investigation?
Yes, that should be a court, a competent court. To me, it should be even set aside for that particular cases. Do you understand? Let there be a competent or a set aside court that will investigate a particular candidate or any candidate that wanted to contest for any election. And it should be clear before he can step forward. And say, I want to contest for any position. I think that is my case.
Thank you very much for that very apt contribution. 0913-857-9001. The conversation is whether a politician who is having a criminal case in the court can contest election in Nigeria, and if he does, what happened? Recall that we've told you that there are categories of people who are having issues. There's one person or someone who could be accused and be taken to court. There is another person who is having case charges in court, another set of person will have been convicted of a crime. Now, by the time you either allow any of these components to contest, there's going to be a kind of implication. For the first one, there are person accused of crime, another person being accused, charged to court. If you allow them, if you disallow them to contest, and at the end of the day, the court judgment, acquitted them, discharged and acquitted them, you might have disenfranchised that person from his constitutional rights. And if the person, the third one who is being convicted, you allow him to contest election, at the end of the day, that person is being convicted, then you know that you have a way, pave way for criminality to actually, proceed in the society, which is a very, very disastrous to the act of governance. So that is a confusing, situation. So it needs a kind of a deliberate, conversation by the lawmakers and all critical stakeholders, so that we should be mindful of those who will give way to come in and no man's leadership positions. We have to be very careful. One big thing about leadership is that once the head is rotten, the whole body will be affected. Yes, if the leader is having some issues surrounding his neck, it means that the followership is going to face a serious problem. Yes, Politics 101 is the program, and the conversation is whether a politician who is having criminal charges in court, can be allowed to contest election in Nigeria. What is going to be the consequences if he is being allowed or disallowed to contest for election? What is your opinion on this? 0913857901 is number to call, and of course join the conversation. Yes, Politics 101 is the program, and like I said, the conversation is whether a politician who is facing corrupt cases still contest election in Nigeria. What is the danger? Yes. Oh, we lost at that call. 0913857901 is the number to call and join the conversation. Let's have your own opinion. Yes, some here, what you say here is actually what help leaders in help the leaders in terms of making an informed decision. Hello. Oh, we lost that call. We seem to be having network glitches. Probably not from here, because I have a very, very rich and stable network here. Yes, do well and call us back on the platform 0913857901. Politics 101, and the discussion is on whether a politician having corrupt cases in court can contest election in Nigeria. Yes, we have had so many of them who have contested election. I just give you some of the example. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, Fire.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling from, please?
My name is Solomon Okra Phillips Gimba, calling from Mina.
Okay, Solomon Okra Phillips Gimba, you're welcome to the program.
Been listening to the program. Very, very interesting.
Thank you very much.
Yes. In fact, in this issue of our politicians, it is like a table where they invite you and you eat, and oil has already stained you. You know, there's no way you can accuse another person that you have not eaten or you have eaten where you have oil in your table. So our politicians and the judiciary are wanting together in the same table. So it's very, very difficult to screen them or to say, to accuse anyone, because the politicians and the judiciary are working together. The problem is that the politics itself should be left to those who are politicians, not appointee or civil servants. You have worked for government for 35 years, you have looted funds, you have the fund to come and buy people so that they can vote you. You have not even cleaned yourself. But a politician who has no work under government, who has no looted, should be allowed to play politics. And we should have institutions who are ready to screen them, like Condom of Peru. Before you should contest, that should be a well-established institution. You should pass through to screen you before you can come back and contest, so that your hand can be clean. In fact, we have a lot of junkie in our political system in Nigeria. The atmosphere is polluted. Please, let me just raise my case.
Thank you very much for that wonderful contribution. Yes, he has also made his own point clear. Yes, gradually coming to an end of the show for today. And we're very much happy with some of the contribution. Like I said, some of the things is here will help the leaders, the lawmakers, in terms of making informed decision. What you say is what. Well, let's take the last call for the day, and we'll wrap up the program. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. Yes. Go ahead. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is
Mohammed. Calling from where?
So what is there in this country now? Somebody is under we are conducive in Nigerian issues, just like that. Because like there is a case. You know about Congo.
Can you please be audible enough so we can hear you?
I said there is a case.
Okay.
That I think during Obasanjo.
Yes.
Somebody is in prison when you won election. I think either Oyo State or Ogun State. And that man became a member of House of Race. That time. So in Nigeria, you don't take anything to be serious. That is how it comes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, as we draw a curtain on this program for today on the Politics 101, one thing is very clear. Nigerians' democracy is still struggling to find the right balance between the presumption of innocence, political participation, accountability, and the protection of public resources. The cases involved for politicians such as Yahya Bello and Abubakar Malami shows just how complicated the issue can become. But we must always be careful with our language. A person facing charges is not necessarily a convicted criminal. An interim forfeiture is not necessarily a criminal conviction. And the final forfeiture of asset does not automatically answer every question about criminal guilt. This matter belong to the court. But as citizen, we have every right to ask whether our law are strong enough to protect the integrity of the public office. We have the right to ask whether corruption trials should be concluded faster. And we have the right to demand that political parties and candidates meet the highest standard of accountability. Because democracy is not only about winning election, it is all about trust. And without trust, democracy becomes nothing more than a corruption, a competition of power. This has been Politics 101. I want to appreciate you for taking time to listen to this program. Until next week, when you will have the real person, Sani Abdullah, will be joining you to give you more and more of the program. I am Usman Apaya. Thanking you for listening. God bless you and goodbye for now.